Welcome once again to our class. This is Vector, Part 1. Let's look at our specific objectives. So know the definition of vector. Vector simply means when there is magnitude and size, or if an object has both magnitude and size, we consider such an object to become what? A vector. Otherwise, we call it scalar. But our interest in further mathematics is not definition, but having an idea of what you are doing is very important, such that the way you try to differentiate acceleration from velocity, displacement, distance, and co. All these terminologies I'm calling belong to both what? Vector and scalar, but not all of them are scalar quantity. Anyone with magnitude and direction, just like force, you are talking about vector. Then if I'm giving an example of mass, if I say mass, I'm talking about scalar. Now, it's also very important for us to know how to deal with position vector, not just normal resultant of vector. As we know, talking about resultant of vector, it could be addition or subtraction depending on the operator you have in the question given to you. Well, here I want to consider position vector as an important thing to us because you cannot avoid it. Having the resultant of vector at the back of your mind, you should also think about unit vector, resolution of vector, but we are not going to consider all this today because time will not permit us to discuss all. We also have the one called the parallelism, part of it. Now, position vector. In position vector, we're going to consider triangle in our drawing. Given that if AO equals minus 3i plus j, don't be scared when you are seeing I and j. It's the normal s and y axis, you know. I represents s, yj represents y, and that's all. If OA is this and OB, that is vector, the side of this equals 5i plus 6j, good. Find AB, that is the vector AB is our interest. And thus, angle between is also another challenge for us in vector. So to get this, we are aware that a triangle is this way. There's something I want to teach you. Some people prefer to flow with this diagram, this arrow sign this way, while some people prefer the one going like this. No problem, whatever you think is good for you, use it. My concern here is the origin is O, this is A, while this is B. If my OA, which is minus 3i plus 4j, has been given, and 5i plus 6j also given, my interest here is to find who? AB. Recall that OA, the vector OA, that is this side, is always equal to this side plus this side, because I'm following the arrow. It's moving like this and like this. I can't say AB. If I say AB, meaning I have to change this sign which is plus to minus. But our question, or what we need to do here, is we are looking for AB, the vector AB. But in our formula, we are having BA. It should not bother you. How do you handle it? AB equals OB. If you want this to answer AB, this sign will change. This is what I'm doing. It has changed. We have AB now. It's now looking like the one they asked us to find. So, what next? You got to make it subject to the formula by transferring, that is, add AB to both sides. If I do that, I will have AB equals to vector OB minus, I'm bringing this on this way, OA. So this settles the matter. That's all. What you are looking for now is very standard. It's no longer I am saying BL. So how can I look for BA? You can see how you can look for BA by changing it, transform it, and make it to behave like what? BA. Instead of behaving like BA, make it to behave like AB. Now, where is our OA? I have the row OB minus, that is 5i plus 6j minus bracket minus 3j, 3i plus 4j. There's something I call resultant. That resultant you'll be hearing in vector, it's just this thing we are doing, subtracting or adding, is called resultant. So, AB equals 5i minus minus becomes plus 3. Then 6j minus 4j. This will give us what? 8i plus 2j. Good. The solution is what? 8i plus 2j, or you can say 4i plus j. No issue. We also talk about you must have the knowledge of magnitude of vector for you to do well. Because when it comes to the time of looking for angles in vector, magnitude becomes a case. So, before we further into solving on that thing, let me quickly introduce that magnitude to you so you have it at the back of your mind. Magnitude of vector equals square root of I square plus j square. That's all. Or you can say magnitude to whoever see it, just like absolute. But though it's not an absolute, this is just what I can say. Find the magnitude of find AB. Anytime you see something like this, so simply implies 4 square plus 1 square to give us what? That's 16 plus 1 equals what? Root 17 units. So that becomes the magnitude. Now let us see on that thing so that we can go over to, we can use our exam guide to help. Okay. Like I told you earlier, we're not going to deal with the resolution today because it will take all our time. Okay. The position vectors of P, Q, and R with respect to the origin are 5i minus 5j, I plus 3j, and minus 5i plus 2j respectively. If P, Q, R, M is what? A parallelogram. Find the coordinate of M. Okay. The knowledge of position vector will help us to know what to do. But first of all, you heard the words or the name parallelogram. How does parallelogram look? Parallelogram, as you know, how many triangles? Now, if I have this shape of parallelogram, I flow this way, where these sides are equal to each other, here is also equal to the brother. So parallelogram PQRM, PQRM, our points, P is 4i minus 5j, all right. 4i minus 5j. Q is I plus 3j. Then minus 5i plus 2j. Finally, I have unknown as is, that's Si plus Yj. Now, we are looking for who? The coordinates of the point M, CM, which is this. We are looking for this. Now, there is something I normally tell you people when you are learning. One topic can help you out in the next topic you will do. Just like the midpoint of line segment. At this point, we are going to use midpoint of line segment to settle this vector problem here. I know it's a position vector, but look at what you are looking for. If you decide to divide here like this, I told you parallelogram is what? Two triangles. This triangle one, this another triangle. So, if you flow this way, you have here, this part is going to produce this. So look at the flow. This arrow here, it must go this way. Later, we'll still check on this and see if it will help out as well. It becomes another solution for you, or another method of solving it. But now, at this point, I want to consider the midpoint of line segment, whereby this side, which is parallel to this, I am seeing it at point of who? R and P. So dealing with P, my X first, S equals what? S2 plus S1. Remember, all over 2. Agree? That's the coordinate of X. So I want to get S now. What's my S2? This against this, I have minus 5 plus 4 all over 2. This will give me what? Minus 1 all over 2. Good. Just leave it. Talk to Y. Y equals Y2 plus Y1 all over 2. This will give us Y2, which is 2, plus Y1, which is minus 5 all over 2. This will give us minus 3 all over 2. If you like, you can call this equation 1. You also call it equation 2. Good. Now, I have settled this side, the two parallel sides. I also want to settle the other parallel side by saying another S. You can call it S prime in your mind, but all you need to know, it is what? S. So, 1 plus X all over 2. Equation 3. For Y, 3 plus Y all over 2. Equation 4. Bringing my equation 1 and equation 3 together, recall that S is minus 1 over 2. And in equation 3, S is who? 1 plus S all over 2. So why not say minus 1 all over 2 equals 1 plus S all over 2. When we cross multiply, we're going to have 2 times minus 1 equals 2 into 1 plus S to give us minus 2 equals 2 plus 2x, okay? So that's minus 2 equals 2x. Minus 4 equals 2x. Divide through by 2, or you say multiply both sides by 1 all over 2. Let's use a more mature language. This is S equals minus 4 all over 2. S equals what now? Minus 2. Good. I have solution for one part, coordinate of who? X. Now, dealing with coordinate of y, we want to consider y. Equation 2 is equal to equation 4, meaning that 3 all over 2 equals 3 plus y all over 2. When I cross multiply, I'll have that 3 times 2 equals 2 bracket 3 plus y. Why stressing ourselves? No need, just say minus 3 equals 3 plus y. So that minus 3, subtract 3 from both sides. I will have that minus 3 equals 3 plus y minus 3. Y will become what? Minus 6. Hence, the coordinate or midpoint of M, which is here now, equals who? Minus 2, comma, minus 6. So the second formula I was talking about is trying to go back to position vector. I have divided this into 2. Remember that there are 2 triangles in a parallelogram. 1, 2. See the first one. If I decide to see this now, I have settled this question for a particular formula. We are trying to check out another one so that anyone you feel is easier for you, fine. So drawing this as a triangle, remember there's something I told you. This way, if here, that is 4i minus 5j equals this side. This side is unknown, okay? That's PR. Going to RQ. So, if I want to maintain the main name, it should be minus I minus 3j. So it will balance. So that if I have PR now, PR will give me 4i plus I minus 5j plus 3j, okay? I will have 5i minus 2j for this line. 5i minus 2j for this line. So if I use it to solve for this line again, it means that I'll have that si plus yj equals to this guy minus 5 this, you go to work, 5i, okay. Okay. Use that midpoint of line segment to settle it whenever you have a question on parallelogram. The second method is not going to help us to achieve our solution. So use midpoint of line segment. Let's look at another question. The angle between, I have A minus 3i plus 4j and B minus 8i minus 15j. Recall that cos theta equals A dot B all over magnitude of A dot magnitude of B. That's cos theta. And also, A plus B equals A dot B dot cos theta. This formula is applied when the vector is perpendicular. But now we're not dealing with this particular one. So take off your mind from it. Concentrate on this. Cos theta equals this. The angle between cos theta equals A dot B, meaning minus 3I plus 4j into minus 8I minus 15j all over the magnitude of this, that is minus 3 squared plus 4 squared dot minus 8 squared plus minus 15 squared cos theta equals 3 times 8, 24. You are not writing the I and j's. We are interested in the solution only. So 4 times this minus 60. 4 times 5 is 20, carry 2, that's 60. Okay. Getting the meaning of the squares, we have, this is 9 plus 16 dot 64 plus 225. This will give us minus 36 all over root 25 dot 22564. This is 9289. Okay. Cos theta equals minus 36 all over 5 times 289. So 17 square root of 289. So times 5, this is 585. Cos theta equals minus 36 all over 85. In most cases, the solution can be like this, but if you want to show you know what you are doing, just say cos inverse what? Minus 36 all over 85 equals what? Theta. You can rest your case here as the solution. So let's do one more thing, so that in our part 2 of vector, we shall be talking about resolution of vector. Okay, this is a unit vector. Find the unit vector in the direction opposite to the resultant of forces. F1 equals minus 2I minus 3j. That is F1 minus 2I minus 3j. F2 equals 5I minus j. Unit vector. As a subtopic, unit vector simply imply the vector, that's the resultant of the vector itself, divided by what? Its magnitude. That's magnitude of the resultant. So unit vector, all right, unit vector equals resultant vector all over magnitude of the resultant. RV. So let us look at the magnitude, the resultant of this vector. RF equals F1 plus F2 to give us what? Minus 2I minus 3j plus 5I minus j. This will give us minus 2I plus 5I minus 3j plus minus j. This will give 3I minus 4j. This is resultant force. It is the resultant vector itself. Now, magnitude of R of F will give me absolute RF equals square root of who? I squared plus j squared. That is RF equals square root of 3 square plus minus 4 square to give us 9 plus 16 to give us root 25. So RF equals who? 5. Recall, unit vector equals what? Resultant vector all over magnitude of resultant. So what is the resultant vector? Unit vector equals resultant 3i minus 4j times who? 1 over 5. That's the magnitude. To give us 1 all over 5 bracket 3i minus 4j. This is the solution to this question. Thank you once again for your time. Remember to sort for more questions using our Examguide app as you subscribe with us.